Welcome. It is August the 18th of 2026, and you will become more of yourself now. And becoming more of yourself would be accepting yourself and becoming the person that you were born to become. And there are different times where that might happen in your life. And today that's happening for me because I can tell you I did not intend to receive your best life, but I did. Now, you may not want it because it requires you to love yourself. It requires you to fulfill your potential and to believe that you were born into the world with worth, value, and a purpose that unfolds as you live. And that you also decided that you were going to live at this time in our world because it was going to move through a huge transition and it would force you, it would feel like to become more of yourself or to accept yourself. Now, I didn't believe any of that. And that was the message that I received last year on this date that says self-belief is your only difficulty. That's your only challenge for all of us because we don't know who we're going to become because it's always out in front of us and it exists in this place that we can't see. And so we're going to doubt it usually. And I certainly did. And then you could discover that you become a miracle. And that's what I have to start saying as well, so I can shift and change, and that's what I'm doing, as we're all meant to do. I downloaded this order of our universe, your place in it, and moved through every difficulty and challenge that a human could have so that I could give it to you, and so that you could become more of yourself now. That is what occurred, but I resisted myself as you might have, but I'll read this to you today so that you will understand you're not alone. Whatever you're moving through, whatever you're experiencing, it is causing you to move to the next level of who you're meant to be in this world. And there is no one who is not born, who is born that does not have the ability, capabilities, talents, gifts to accomplish that goal, except one thing: we don't believe it. And that's a process. And it's a process that we move through in our lives as we live over time. As our civilization evolves, we develop different skills and abilities that we can then start to see and utilize and give to others. And that's what occurred for me, that I was resisting and running from. And it was probably the thing that would have given me the life I wanted to have, accepting myself. And it will be the same for you. And that's why I'm so passionate about this work, because I lived my entire life denying my gifts, my talent, and thinking something was wrong with me. And there wasn't. It's just that I had a very rare, exceptional gift, and I was ignoring it. But I'm no longer going to do that because I know that it's not valuable for you. You see, when we learn something or develop something new, when we give it to others, it spreads across the globe, across the world, because that's consciousness. And to find that was given the first consciousness raising system, first verified consciousness raising system, because you can see it over time, how we evolve, how we change as humans. But then you have the ability to gain the control of that. And that's called self mastery. And that's where this work will lead you. But let me give you this, because I have to be completely transparent. I couldn't have believed this, and most people wouldn't have either. And that causes us the difficulty as well, because now we're not accepting ourselves and we're not giving things to others that would cause all of us to know who we are and have more inclusion, which is what this work was meant to do, especially for this time. And this is the information. August 18th, 2020. You will become more of yourself now. Of course, we mean you, for you individually and your world collectively are in a continual state of evolution. At times, it frightens you, but even that is purposeful. It took a while for Roger to allow this message, for he wasn't sure where we were going, and he, like you, still holds this fear of the unknown. We will attempt to tie it all together. We mentioned the law of attraction yesterday, and we said we would continue, and now we will. You were each born at a specific time so that you might experience the current conditions of your world, for you knew they would aid you in your personal evolution. Thereby, you would also contribute to the evolution of all that is, as you are all one. That last sentence is what you are all figuring out now. So you decided to live at this time so you would recognize who you are and use the law of attraction to accomplish this. You will know when you are doing so because you will feel good. Anything else means you are attempting to do someone else's job. After you contemplate this for a bit, you will be pleased with your discovery. And then you will see that there is a channeling session here that was done on August the 19th of 2024. And as you listen to it, it'll blow you away, as it did me, because I don't remember it. But everything was explained there of what you might be experiencing, what was happening in the world, and why. And that's what came through, and it was organized. Now, this is something that you will see in the blog because we haven't seen this in our history. So that's why I was having difficulty and others would have as well. But now you'll understand it because I resisted just as you. May 17th, 2019. We may have finally broken you, finally. Please transcribe this message without censorship, and it will help not only you but others. You have often and have continually been aware of our communication while at the same time doubting it is real. You then pretend that the conversations never occurred. You can forget them, and you can disregard some voice you hear in the distance that is directing you to do something or be someone. But you never believe that any of this could be true. Then you create situations in your life that fall far outside of what is deemed normal by others, and you know on a deep level why you have done this, but you deny what you intuitively feel because of what you think others might think. This morning you took arbitrary actions that brought you outside of your routine, and you heard recordings discussing the coming Scorpio full moon and how powerful it is, and all of the descriptions you heard described how you felt. How could that be an accident? How could you be an accident? How could you now ignore what you are to do in this life? Now you know how we broke you. Now help break others. And that was the message. And the message last year, as you will see, and I'll link that because it has a channeling session and it has a little workbook, and it says, it is still your lack of self-belief. And that is each of us, because we don't know. I could not have told you I did this, but what I do know is that I did receive the path to your best life because it's within you. And 37 years of tracking our consciousness says that you have a place in it and you're meant to activate it now. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy this information. I'll see you soon.